What is up everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Game week 1 came to an end there on Monday night, and it's probably been one of the best starts I've had to FPL over the years that I've played the game. In today's video, we'll be looking at how I fared out in game week 1, and we'll also be looking at my transfer plans and team selection ahead of game week 2. If you are new around here, please give the video a like, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 4K subs, and we're very close to that milestone, so please hit that sub button and support the channel. Let's get into the video. So looking at my game week review, I managed to score 85 points in game week 1, which was a great return to the game week. This saw 9 out of my starting 11 players all returning, and this leaves me at 214k overall. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what rank I am at the moment, as long as I'm inside the top 1 million by game week 10, I'll be quite content with that. So we started the game week review off on Monday night for Onana's FPL debut against Wolves, where he came away with a 9-point return. To be fair, I was very lucky to come away with Onana's 9-point haul, as Wolves wasted a lot of chances on Monday night and they definitely were the better team. If United were up against a better opposition, they definitely would have conceded, and also in the last minute, Onana fouled one of their Wolves players, where it should have been a penalty, but VAR overturned it and a penalty wasn't given. Onana racked up 6 saves on the night, which led to getting 1 bonus point for his 9-point return. That being said though, United were very poor in defence, so questions need to be raised ahead of game week 2 if I do play Onana away to Spurs or Turner at Forest at home to Sheffield. So moving on to the back three, it was a clean sweep of attacking returns as Saliba, Chilwell and Estepinian all grabbed an assist in their games. So we go back to Friday evening for my deadline stream at 6:25 when the rumours broke that Gabriel could potentially miss out on Saturday. With the uncertainties around him starting, I transferred in Saliba for Gabriel, and just as I did so, the FPL website crashed. Luck was on my side then Saturday afternoon as Gabriel was left out of the starting 11, and with Saliba brought into the team, he came away with an assist where he set up Saka's goal. Moving on to the 3 o'clock game then, over 50% of FPL managers waited in anticipation for a Brighton clean sheet and a potential Estepinian haul. Estepinian was excellent in the game, and he was rather unfortunate only to come away with 1 assist where he could have easily had 4 or 5. He set up Danny Welbeck and Evan Ferguson where they both hit the post, and only for the Luton keeper making a few good saves, he missed out on other attacking returns. FPL managers finally got their wish then in the last minute when he set up Fergus for his goal, and he came away with 7 points after picking up all 3 bonus. It was the correct decision to go with Ben Chilwell over John Stones, as Stones missed out in the Burnley game completely and Chilwell came away with an assist against Liverpool. He was rather unfortunate not to have any more attacking returns, as he had an offside goal ruled out in the first half, and Alisson denied him in the second half when he was through 1-on-1. It was a joy to watch Chilwell in that game as an FPL owner, as he rarely tracked back and predominantly played left wing. He also picked up a lot of positions in the box when Chelsea were on the attack, so he's got some good potentials for some hauls over the next few game weeks. West Ham away is up next for Chelsea, and then they have a great run of fixtures from game week 3 onwards, so I'm expecting some big hauls over those games. FPL managers who haven't owned him have acted quickly, and he's already risen to 5.6 million, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hits 5.7 before the deadline. 28 points from our defence was a great start to game week 1. Let's get on to the midfield. We go back then to the early kick-off on Saturday afternoon with Martinelli assisting and Saka scoring. Martinelli probably got one of the best assists I've seen in a long while, where his roulette pass set up Nketiah to give Arsenal the lead. Saka then doubled the lead a few minutes later with a screamer from outside the box, and thankfully it was Saliba who got the assist. 20 points from my trio of Arsenal players was a great return, and with Palace up next, even though we mightn't see a clean sheet, hopefully Martinelli and Saka can return. The biggest headache I had last week before the deadline was which 6.5 midfielder I was going to go for, and I opted for Matoma, so I was thankful to see him get an assist against Luton. He did pick up a yellow card though for stupidly kicking away the ball for dissent, but he did get a bonus point, so he came away with 5 points. That being said, Eze was very unlucky not to come away with a return, as he had a goal bound shot blocked, and the Sheffield United keeper kept out Anderson late on from an Eze free kick. Brian Mbeumo probably looks the pick of the bunch at the moment, as he converted his penalty against Spurs, and he definitely should have scored in the second half where he missed a big chance. The 6.5 million midfielder battle continues again this weekend with Matoma away to Wolves, Eze up against Arsenal, and Mbeumo away to Fulham. Harvey Barnes and Diaby of Villa also look good, so I'll be keeping a close eye on those options as well, especially with Newcastle's favourable fixture run in a couple of game weeks. There was some big anticipation leading into the game on Monday night, with the hopes of a Bruno and Rashford return, as all my players had returned previously, so I was hoping for a full house for returns. Rashford was denied by Salah a couple of times, and unfortunately Bruno was non-existent in the attacking third, so they both blanked and came away with 3 points each. Even though they blanked this game week, I'm hopeful of our attacking return next week against Spurs, as they look dreadful in the defence against Brentford, so I'm expecting United to get a couple of goals. Finishing off up front, our captain Erling Haaland came away with 2 goals and picked up a 26-point haul against Burnley. Even though he had a relatively quiet game, he showed how deadly he is in front of goal, taking his 2 chances well. Ollie Watkins picked up an assist when Newcastle thumped Villa, but this was Watkins' hardest fixture to start the season, and with Everton at home up next, I'm expecting Watkins to do well this week. All in all, 9 players returning out of 11 was an excellent start to the game week, and 85 points was a great return. It's time to start planning now for game week 2. Let's see how we're looking. So before I show you how I'm lining up ahead of game week 2, let's take a look at some key learnings we've learned from game week 1 that we need to take note of. First off, Ben Chilwell is absolutely essential, and if you don't have him in your team, I'd recommend playing aggressively and transferring him in. If he continues to play in that advanced attacking position that he did against Liverpool at the weekend, he'll definitely be amongst the returns over the next few game weeks, so I'd definitely recommend having him. Chelsea have a great run of fixtures from game week 3 onwards, so I'd even recommend doubling up on Chelsea defenders, but if you can only pick one at the moment, I'd definitely just go for Chilwell. Price of $5.5 million, João Pedro is definitely one of the best budget options in the game. He's on penalties in an attacking Brighton side, and after coming away with 7 points in game week 1, it probably should have been more after he missed from 2 yards out in the first half against Luton. I'm expecting to return well against Wolves at the weekend. If you do have Eze in your team, I definitely recommend keeping him, as he was very unlucky not to return against Sheffield at the weekend. He had a goal bound shot blocked by the defender, and the Sheffield United keeper kept out Anderson from an Eze free kick, which would have given him an assist. He does have Arsenal in game week 2 however, which may see him not returning, but Crystal Palace do have some nice fixtures from game week 3 onwards, so I'd keep him as a result of this. With injury to Kevin De Bruyne on Friday evening, it means he could be out for the next couple of months, so Alvarez could be a cheap option into the City attack. Priced at $6.5 million, he's already returned in game week 1, setting up Haaland for a second goal, and with some nice upcoming fixtures for City, he could be a nice pick. Looking ahead to game week 2, I'm pretty happy to save my free transfer, as my team is well set up from last week. The only dilemma I have is which goalkeeper to play out of Onana and Turner, and I'm currently leaning towards the Forest keeper with their home fixture against Sheffield. I'm expecting the United and Spurs game to be a goal fest, and after watching how bad United were defensively on Monday, I'm expecting Spurs to capitalise on this. 2 free transfers will be of great benefit to me in game week 3, as a few teams have nice fixture swings, especially Chelsea, so I may even double up or triple up on Chelsea players. If you've made it to the end of this video, please give it a like, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're currently on the way to 4K subs and we're nearly there, so if you aren't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all on Friday evening for the deadline stream. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.